Hey everybody, Christian Boyer here with TurnDial. I wanted to take some time to do a quick demo of our web phone. Okay, so as always, you're going to open up a Google Chrome browser. You're going to go to the cloud.turn-dial.com and you're going to enter in your unique username and password. If you don't have the username and password, you can reach out to a company administrator or us, and we can help provide those credentials for you. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and hit log in. You're going to see this when you log in. This version is for desktop management. So for those of you that are working from home or are really looking to take advantage of some of the features and functionality of the web phone, you're going to ignore this. You're going to come up here to apps, and you're going to go down and you're going to click on web phone. Okay, you can minimize this screen behind you. Okay, so when you click on that web phone, it's going to pop the web phone to your desktop or your laptop, whatever remote device you're using. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is to check and see if it's registered. So up at the top right here, this will either be green, meaning it's good and it's registered, or it will be red and it will show unregistered. It might say no microphone. So you're going to want to come up to the very top to the left of the URL and click on this little keypad. And you want to make sure that your microphone, your notifications, pop-ups and redirects, and your sound all are enabled on this app. Okay, so you can live in the condensed view, or I like to expand it and see the full view. Okay, at the top here, you're going to have your name and your extension number. Okay, this is going to show you your own unique presence. If it's green, it means you're not on a phone call. If it's red, you're on a phone call. Okay, some of you are going to have this call center tab. All right, so if you happen to be included in any call queue or any group ring settings, then you'll have all your groups here listed. So as you can see, it'll show my queues. So I'm in the accounting queue, I'm in the ring all group, the sales group, and the support group. Okay, and queues and groups are essentially synonymous with our system. Okay, so you can see here, it's going to show to the left of my cursor how many calls are waiting in each group or queue. It'll also show how many agents happen to be included in the group or the queue. Okay, so if I click on it, okay, I can put this accounting tab into my wall board. All right, and it'll show me how many calls are waiting. And if I click on agents, it'll show me who's online or offline in my group. Okay, so I can also log out of the accounting group. I click this little button to log out. It's going to go red. And now I'm no longer going to be accepting calls to this accounting group. I'll still be able to get calls for the ring all, the sales, and the support. Okay. To the right, if I click stats, it'll show my calls per hour, calls per day, and just some basic call stats, average talk time, things like that. So you can see how you're doing in your call group. All right. Now up here at the top right, where you have this little headset that shows online. So this is how you're going to manage your status in each one of these call center groups or queues. Okay, so if I click the online feature, I can set myself to go offline, and now I will not be presented with any of these calls any longer. Okay, I can also set myself to lunch, break, meeting, or we can do custom codes so that a call center supervisor can see your status in the groups. Okay, and an administrator would reach out to us if you needed a custom code, like client meeting or something like that we can put on there. Okay, so that's the call center. So I'm going to go back online. Okay, and I'm going to stay logged into all of my queues. Okay, so not all of you will have that call center. This contact section, everybody's going to have. Okay, so you can see in this portal currently that I'm logged into, I have Bill Bonner, Mike Kozak, Mike Nelson, and I have an external number, which is TurnDial support. Okay, I can filter my contacts by favorites, which would be anybody with this little favorite star on there. Okay, I can click into the name. I can favorite it or unfavorite it. And then it's just an easier way. If you have 100 people in the company, it's a nice way to have a quick view of the people you work with most frequently. Okay, I can also click on coworkers, show me everybody in the company. I can click on contacts. Those are my external contacts. I can click on all. This will show internal and external. And then you can search by who's online, who's offline, who's busy. Okay. I can also search with this little magnifying glass here. You can type in somebody's name. So if you have a bunch of contacts, it's a nice, easy way to search the person you're looking to call. Okay. I can filter the grid by first name or last name or extension number. And I can also add external contacts right here. I click this little addition button to create a new contact. I can put the number in there. Okay. Come down here and I save it. Okay, so now I have John Doe as a contact. So if I want to call any of these people, I can simply come to their name, click on Bill. He's green, so he's not on a phone call. I come over here and I hit this little call button. Now it's calling Bill. Okay. So that's the contact section. All right. Call history over here to the left. This is going to show all my calls. I can filter it by missed, incoming, or outgoing. Okay. And then I can see I just placed an outbound call to Bill a few seconds ago for 1 second. I can click in here and see the full details of it, the date, the time. I could call Bill back, or I could send him a message. Okay. I can also pretty easily go in here, and this is an incoming call from Mike Nelson. That's his cell phone number. I can click on him and I can create a new contact, similar to how you do it on your smartphone. And then he would then be in my web phone going forward. All right, so below the call history is your voicemail. Okay, so I can click into voicemails, I can play the voicemails, I can call the person back, I can save the voicemail, forward it to another user, or put it in the garbage can. Okay, so I'm just going to clear my voicemail out. Clearing voicemails from the web phone would clear them out from your desk phone as well. All right, you've got chat and SMS. The chat feature, you can chat with people internally. The SMS and text feature is different. That's an additional fee. So if you needed that, you'd have to talk to a company administrator to get that enabled. Okay, but as you can see, these are all my text threads. So I can come in here. This is my personal cell phone. I can say, hello, Christian. I can add an attachment. Okay, I can add an emoji. I just hit enter. And now I would have gotten that text on my my iPhone. Okay, and it will display my company name and my company direct dial number. All right, this is a park grid. I'll get to that in a few minutes. It's synonymous with your desk phone. So anything that I have on my web phone on Park 701 will also be on my phone on Park 701. And therefore, any phone in the company that has Park 701 labeled on it. Okay. These answering rules, more often than not, a company admin is going to handle these. We can set do not disturb rules or forwarding rules, but for the most part, you're going to have a default answering rule to essentially ring all your devices, your desk phone, your mobile app if you have one, your web phone. Okay. So more often than not, this is going to be managed by a company admin on the back end. Over here below the answering rules, you have greetings. Okay. So this is my only greeting at the moment. I have it labeled as CB. I can play that greeting. Okay. That little green check mark means that it's my selected greeting. Let's say I was going on vacation tomorrow and I wanted to make a change or add a new greeting when people called my line. I can click on new greeting. I can name it CB out of office. I click here and it begins recording. So whatever I say will now be my recording on my voicemail message. I end it, I can play it, I can redo it, or I can save it. And then when I want to activate my CB out of office, I simply click on that new greeting and I set it as my default. Okay. And now you can see it's my selected greeting at the moment. So I'm going to go back and change that. Now I'm just going to delete this greeting here. Okay. So settings, there's not a whole lot you're going to do from here aside from manage your audio input and your microphone. So if you have a headset, you can make sure you're using that for your audio. or your microphone by just selecting it here, okay? So that's the basics to the web phone. Now I'm going to get into some of the call handling, okay? So you can always place a call from your contact section, as I showed you earlier. If you wanted to call an outside number, down here at the bottom right, you have this little red circle with the plus symbol. If you click this, it's going to say new call or new conversation. The conversation would be either an internal chat or a text, okay? So I'm just going to place a new call. I'm going to dial 484-319-8834. I can type it on my keypad. I can either hit enter, click this call button. Okay, it's calling that number. So you can see the 484 number just picked up. My timer started. Okay, and I'm now on an active call with that 484 number. All right, so I can mute myself. Okay, it grays out. 484 number can no longer hear me. Take myself off of mute. The gray circle goes away. I can put that call on hold. Okay, you can see the status changes to on hold. That call is on hold on only my web phone. Nobody else can pick up that call. Okay, and to get that call back, I just hit the hold button again. You can see the gray circle goes away. Okay, if I wanted to add a call and create a conference call, all I have to do is hit add call. I can either choose from my internal contacts or external contacts, or I can just dial a new number. So I'm going to hit choose from contacts. Okay, I can see Bill's not on a call. So I'm going to call Bill, click his name, and I just hit this call button next to his extension. You can see the 484 is on hold. Bill Bonner, I'm calling Bill. Okay, Bill answers for 3 seconds. Now to merge that call together and create a conference call, all I have to do is hit this merge calls button. Okay, so I'm just going to hit merge calls. So you can see I created a conference call with the 484-319 and Bill Bonner. So now we're on an active call for 7 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this conference call, and I'm going to start fresh and create another new call. Okay, same process. Calling an outside number. Okay, the 484 number answered my call. Okay, so now instead of doing a conference call, I want to do a transfer. So I'm going to hit transfer. Okay, again, I can either transfer it to one of my contacts, which is 99% of the time what you're going to do, or I could technically transfer to an outside number. Maybe I need to send the call to, an outsourced support team or something like that. It's the same steps, but I'm going to choose from contacts. Okay, so Bill's currently on a phone call. I'm going to I'm going to transfer to Mike Kozak instead. So I'm going to hit Mike Kozak's name. I'm going to push his extension 100. I can also transfer the call to his cell phone, but I'm going to use extension 100. It's going to ask, do I want a blind or assisted transfer? So if I hit blind transfer, it's just going to send that call to Mike. I don't have the chance to announce the call to him. He's going to see the originating, or he's going to see the external caller ID name and number of the 484 number. More often than not, you're going to use this assisted transfer. So I'm going to click assisted transfer. So you can see the 484-319 is on hold, hearing music, pending transfer. Mike Kozak, I'm calling Mike. Okay, so once Mike picks up either his voicemail or he picks up himself, I'm going to be presented with the option to complete the transfer. So if I hit complete transfer, right, I'm going to announce the call and say, hey, Mike, I have Christian Boyer on the other line. I'm going to send him through. If Mike says, okay, all I do is I hit this complete transfer. If, let's say, Mike didn't pick up, or Mike said, hey, I'm busy at the moment, I don't have time to talk to Christian, all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this cancel transfer button. Okay, so as long as you're seeing Mike Kozak on the active call right now, I can simply hit the cancel transfer. Okay, so it's going to ditch the call with Mike Kozak, and that 484 number is still on hold. So I would pick that call up. And I'd say, hey, Christian, Mike's currently unavailable. Can I take a message or put him in a voicemail? So let's say you needed to, the third way to transfer, aside from the blind and the assisted, is transferring to voicemail. So let's say I want to get this call into Mike Kozak's voicemail. The first thing I'm going to do, you have to longhand it. So you're going to need to know the person's extension number. So if you don't happen to have that memorized, you're going to need to go into your contacts down here, and you're going to look, and you see, okay, Mike Kozak's extension 100. Okay, so I'm going to come back up. I'll hit this back button, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to transfer you into Mike Kozak. You see the timer still going. I'm going to transfer you into Mike Kozak's voicemail. So I have to hit transfer. This time I have to dial a new number. So I'm going to dial a new number. I'm going to enter in 03 and then the extension number. So in this case, it's 100. So the 03 just tells the system, don't ring Mike's phone, just go right to voicemail. Okay, so 03 plus the extension number, just like you do on your desk phone, and you'll come here to place the call. And now it's going to say blind or assisted. In this case, you could just do blind and it'll send it right to voicemail. So I'm going to hit blind. Okay, and then that call disappears. So now my 484 number is now in Mike Kozak's voicemail box. Okay, I'll show you an incoming call real quick. Okay, so you can see I get the Google pop, and I also see it calling TurnDial 4843. So I'm going to answer this. I can also decline or ignore it. Okay, so now I'm on. Okay, so now I'm on with TurnDial Boyer. I have my little call tag with the DID. We can do that for main numbers or different numbers if you want. So now I showed you how to conference calls, how to transfer calls. I'm going to show you how to park calls. Okay, just like you do it on your desk phone, you would choose this park call option. Okay, and now you're going to see park 701, park 702. They're all empty right now. Okay, that means I can put a call on that park spot. So I'm just going to pick an empty spot and I'm going to hit this park call. Okay, and now you can see down here on my park grid and over here on my park grid, there's one parked call. So if I click on it, it shows me the caller ID number and who parked that call. So it shows that it was parked by Christian Boyer. Okay, so I could call somebody, I could go to my contacts, I could call Bill or Mike and call them and say, hey, you have somebody on park 701, and then they would retrieve the call off the park spot. Okay, if I got a call and I needed to pick the call up off the park spot, all I would need to do is come into the park 701, acknowledge the number and who parked it, and I click this retrieve call. It's going to ring me. You can see it says ring back from park 701. I just answer it. Okay, and now I'm back on the phone with that park call. All right, so there's also this switch phone button. So if I click this switch phone, it's going to show me all my other devices. So I happen to have a Yealink desk phone, okay, and then I have my Acrobits, which is the V Mobile Connect mobile app, and I still have a Go VoIP app as well. But if I wanted to move this call, let's say I was working from home and I had to run out to get the kids from the bus or something like that, I can move that call to my mobile app. Okay, I would just click this. I can move it to my desk phone as well. I would click this call, and it would just move that call to my mobile app. And now my mobile app is ringing. Okay, and I would answer my mobile app, and then I could walk out the door and do what I needed to do. Okay. All right, so that's basically it. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, if you ever have questions, you can obviously reach out to a company admin, or you can reach out to us at 484-655-1060 or at support@turn-dial.com. If you have any other questions or you want to do a deeper dive into some of the functionalities and features of the system. Thank you very much and have a great day.